Hey all my Fortnite haters slash fans. Today I'm gonna do a video. First time not streaming it to YouTube. I'm gonna do something very different. I'm going to make a top 10 or 15 Fortnite seasons. I'm ranking every Fortnite season today. And hey, just real quick, the Tom Brady Patriots jersey. People are going to be like, if you're a Dolphins fan now, because you have this, then why are you wearing a Tom Brady jersey? Because I got traded in for the Dolphins, like, in the 2020 season, because if Tom Brady's going to get traded for the Buccaneers, I'm going to get traded in for the Dolphins. I was an Eagles fan back in my childhood, but now I'm a Dolphins fan because I got traded in. And the reason that, because I loved going to Florida, Orlando growing up, and I wanted to do a football team, but people in Orlando root for Miami, and people in Clearwater root for Tampa Bay, so I chose the Dolphins because the undefeated season, the 2 Super Bowl rings. Alright, enough with that. Let's get into the ranking video with top 15 Fortnite seasons from Ranked. And remember, this is my opinion only, so season 3, 4, 5, and 6, I did play those a little bit, but didn't really like them so much. But they're not going to go the worst, but it's based off you guys. And I didn't play the first 2. I only played season 3 to 6, 3 through 6, only one time. And for a little bit, because I didn't like the game back then. I didn't play a lot of it. Not until season 7, where the game looks good. So, for the first 6, I'm decided up to you guys. But the one seasons I played the most were season 7 to this one. Now, enough time wasting. Let's move on with the video. So, at number 15, we got Season 5, Chapter 2, aka Season 15. I'm just gonna call it Season 15 because I'm gonna call the Chapter 2 seasons by what season is. It's gonna be like Season 1, Chapter 2. I also call it Season 11. Alright, let's just get on to it. This season, I'm like, at first when I first played it, I thought this was the best season of Chapter 2, but it really was not. So, I burped how bad this fucking season was. Like, I'm gonna make a rant at the end of this season that, but the first thing is, this whole season was based off crossovers from different franchises most of the part. Like today we're getting a Street Fighters collab, and I'm fucked up. Like, Street Fighters, why? At least it wasn't Mortal Kombat. Or is it that gonna be the next thing? Enough talking about the crossovers. The Battle Pass, I really think that it wasn't that big. I mean, bounty hunters. Since what? We're out of ideas? Put bounty hunters in the game? The Mandalorian, this was the best crossover Battle Pass skin. This was my main skin of this whole season, based off the Battle Pass. But was it the best skin of all time? No, it really wasn't. Let's go over the Battle Pass. Reese, a terrible skin. He looks like my old friend Jason on a Terry Duck, like back in the good old days of Fortnite, season 7, like, but make him a girl and like that Faith Connor's eyesight. Maeve, this skin is fucking awful. It's a shape-shifting barbarian warrior. What does a barbarian have to be with Fortnite? Man Cake, the worst meme skin. It's stupid. Pancake Cowboy. If you want to wear a good cowboy or cowgirl skin, Use Calamity. Lexa, the worst skin in this Battle Pass. It's anime. Not hang on anime, but what does anime have to do with Fortnite? And those 4 skins are just fucking awful. Condor, I think he was a pretty decent Battle Pass skin. Predator, you know where it's gonna go. Shit, it's a fucking crossover mystery skin. Nothing good about him. I did like his pickaxe, but I think he's like worse than the Aquaman skin. Menace. I think this is the only skin in this Battle Pass where it was actually average. Average legendary skin. Menace and Mandalorian are the only 2 skins, or I call all those free skins. Another burp for shitty season. No more shitty burps. Condor, Menace, and Mandalorian are the only skins in this Battle Pass I think that were actually good. No, Menace and Mandalorian are the only skins that were good, while Condor's the only one that's so decent. The others are not. Terrible Christmas event, and that's it. This season was terrible. Now. And I think it's so disappointing, as we see nowadays. This video is gonna get so long, so have a drink. Or popcorn. Anyways, number 14. We have last season, Fortnite Season 4, Chapter 2, aka Season 14, aka Nexus War, whatever. I'm just gonna rant about this. One word, Marvel. That this is the season where it didn't become Fortnite anymore. This whole season was a big advertisement. That the locations, shit. Nerfing the combat shotgun, also shit. Vaulting the tac shotgun, another recently shit. I really didn't like this season because the whole Marvel based, and the bosses, they weren't good. The Iron Man boss, he was like the hardest one. Wolverine was the middle one, and the easiest one was Doctor Doom. For Iron Man, Tony Stark, let's begin with this. As when you come up against him, he'll start by blasting you the fuck down, and bam, it's over. And then he'll use his aimbot impulsors. That the locations, they just don't feel like Fortnite. Ever since my first review, I first think that this is the best one, but it's not the best one. It's the worst one. The skins. 4, this is not the 4. Look on my screen right here. This is not 4. This looks like nothing like him. The 4 I see on that painting. If you can see him right there, next to Doctor Doom, over the Hulk, that's 4. From the MCU, that's the 4 I see when I was a child. The 4 I see in Fortnite is not 4. What even is that? That is not 4. That looks like a goddamn default we already seen with silver hair. With a space outfit. Where is 4 at? Storm, I don't think it's that good. Mystique, I like her effect. This could have been the only good thing I liked about this whole Battle Pass. If they really did something good. Jennifer Walters, the worst one in this Battle Pass. Groot, not that good. Doctor Doom, he looks terrible. Not the Doctor Doom we already see. Tony Stark, which I think he was a good skin. And Wolverine, I think again, pretty good. This is a Battle Pass for bots that really like Marvel. You could be using this Battle Pass. I think they did good with Wolverine. If they were going to use movie Wolverine from the X-Men films, it'd be worse. But, yeah. Use the classic Wolverine, not this Wolverine, the one we see on the posters, the one we see in the comics. That's Wolverine. We're not using that good Ed style of Logan. This must be the best one. And I could use the Wolverine skin along with the Tony Stark skin. What, am I gay? No, but this whole season, with the shock waves, the emotes, there was no emotes in the Battle Pass, the whole Ghostbuster Halloween collab, the Halloween collab, like, it could have been great. If they didn't have to unvault the mythic drum gun and the ghost. If they were more powerful and then had a cooldown, I could have really enjoyed this season a lot. That's when I got my official solo win. But I did it 4 times and the ghosts were fun, except for the pump shotguns killing you, the mythics killing you, and all that. But hey, because if you're a ghost, we're gonna eat the fucking pump. And all those mythics. That was the best part. You can't ride on zip lines. And there's no rings. They're just claw like Wolverine claws. So, I hope next Halloween we put everything we did in the past and put it in now. We're moving on. Season is just Marvel! Unoriginal and Marvel! So up next, we got Season 3, Chapter 2, aka Season 13. Now, these next 3, they're gonna be all equally bad. They're all equal as its level. But, it wouldn't be ranking them. But, if they're all equal, this is the worst one out of all the 3 of them. For Chapter 2 Quility, I prefer 3 of them were equally bad. And let's begin, shall we? We have the big thing, we have the best thing. The sharks, the whole map idea, and the good emotes. And, no, not the emotes, the bundles. They were pretty good. But they weren't really better than before. But the only bad thing was, we're gonna go with the big thing that ruined this whole season. The mythics, the henchmen, and the AIs, besides bots. They were the worst part. I mean, this is when Epic does not learn from their mistakes. This season could have really been the best one out of Chapter 2 if they didn't have to put fucking henchmen and fucking AIs and fucking mythics to this fucking season. Like, on the first week, I was trying to be playing bot lobbies, but then a sweat comes up with a mythic drum gun out of nowhere. I was fighting back, and he fucking destroyed me. Like, dude. Like, the mythic drum guns, like, the mythic guns will just fucking destroy you. Like, you can't defeat that mythic gun unless, even if someone's at 200 HP, you're gonna be fucked. And you can't win unless if you have more skill slash hurt them much good, you could win this fight. But I'm going to say, that season could have been good if they just didn't have the AIs, henchmen, and mythics. And the bosses. It could have been a really good season. Now for the Battle Pass. Ocean, it looks like a trash version of Moana. Trash. Scuba Jonesy, I think he really was so good. But really was not good. It was, once again, terrible. But the beard, it really went good, so I'm gonna have to put him in the bad. Eternal Night, it's a female version of the Ultimate Night, but better. I could talk about her more often, like I already did. So, sorry for hating for this skin. Fade, a Griff ripoff, Siona. The face looks so ugly. Like, look at that face. Look at it. This is gonna be so fucking disturbingly ugly. Aquaman, probably not a good mystery skin, but this is the only skin that fits the theme. With the water theme, I did like that. But the mystery skin shouldn't be Aquaman because I think it does fit, but it's not a good mystery skin. We have Jules. What's with these tattoos? Go in the water, skinny dipping, getting eaten by a shark. And my favorite skin of this whole battle pass is gonna be Kit. It's a better version of Meowskulls, but if they wanted to make it better, it's a fucking cat riding on a fucking neck. Isn't that awesome? The trailer was shit. Midas didn't fucking die. He gets revived in the next bundle. But the bundles were good. The map was good. But the mythics, henchmen, no, AIs, just go already. Because we don't like you. And the Midnight Marauders were way worse. Because when you're in a good game, you hear the surf music. And they're fucking here. And yeah, and when they ride, they remind me of the Brute Meteor. But worse than the Brute. So, I could have really liked this season a lot. But if Epic Games is not going to learn their lesson, it wouldn't be a good Fortnite season. Number 12 is Season 12. Okay. Now, just before this whole trilogy of Chapter 2, the first 3 seasons were equally at the same level, which is bad. Both 3 are equally bad. But I guess this was the second best one in all of Chapter 2. In my opinion, Season 2, Chapter 2, I think it was bad. And I know I'm gonna get a ton of hate for this, but let me introduce yourself. There were 3 good things. The Travis Scott concert, the Party Royale, and the bot lobbies. They were fun. But the whole introduction of mystery skins being crossover skins, unoriginal, mythic guns, and powerful AIs, awful. What I really didn't like about this season are the mythic weapons and the AIs. I mean, if they were vaulted next season, the season in Chapter 2, Season 3, they were vaulted that time, then I could have really enjoyed this season. The only good thing about the AIs were the bot players. And those are the good AIs that should stay. No, and that's the shit burp. And shit burp again. Deadpool is a terrible skin. I think he was one of the worst skins in this season. Second worst. The first worst skin this season is TNT Tina. This babe is hot. I went for Ghost for TNT Tina. Sky went for Ghost for TNT. I went for Ghost with Sky because it's a fun skin. I like her built-in emote and the whole Oli thing. It looks fun. But only in one season. The Ghost Agent is fucked up. Meowsicles, he's a bad skin. Brutus, he used to be fun. But now, since time's passed, I started to not like him. I went for Ghost. I went for Shadow with Meowskulls. And the Agent Peely skin, he really would have been good. Because I'm not really disappointed for not reaching the level 250. Because I thought that we would have to rank. We maximally gold them at the time we unlocked them. But hey, at least I got some gold part of Peely. Midas, I think he should have been a tier 1 skin. Maya should have been the real tier 100. I went for Shadow with Midas. And Maya, like, want to see my Maya? I have a Fortnite locker video, so Deadpool is shit. And the whole theme was spies. This was a fun season at first, but again, it gets boring every fucking week of it. With the long delays for the device event. This was the second longest Fortnite season in history, which is boring. So, I just hope that this season could have been better. And the gold head styles, they're only for the back bling and skin. Why not the pickaxe and the glider? And surprise, surprise. The last time I'm gonna say it, the first 3 Chapter 2 seasons were decent. And I think this is the best one of all the Chapter 2 seasons. Wait, no, not decent, bad, the same level. But this was the best one in Chapter 2. But was it a great Fortnite season or a decent Fortnite season? No. It's still bad because, let's talk about it. This season, there was no big content. That the updates had to be at random times. And the delays were caused by crossovers or bad ideas. I don't know. Journey versus Hazard and Turk versus Whiptide. The worst tier 1 skins. Remedy versus Toxin was decent. 8-Ball versus Scratch was decent. Cameo versus Kick was bad. Ripley versus Sludge was not good. Even though I used to like it back then. Sonora's easily the worst mystery skin. And Fusion, I think he was the best part. But he wasn't really a good skin. To top it all off, I like how they added water so you can swim. 2, and the second thing, I like how they added the harpoon gun. And the last thing is the big Star Wars collab. But it was still boring. The updates were long, and the weekly things were just there was no new game content or unvaultings. The only big part was the harpoon gun. And the new map was boring too, so I hope we get the old map one day. I changed the audio, we're in the top 10. We got through all the Chapter 2 seasons. Now it's Chapter 1 time. Let's go. Number 10 is Season X. Well, you know why we had to take all the Chapter 2 seasons out first? We got all those Chapter 2 seasons out of the way. Well, they were all pretty worse than Season X. Combined! Now let's talk about Season X. The Battle Pass. Catalyst. I think I used to not like the skin, but it's now good. The Scientist, he's too bulky. Ultima Knight. This skin is too bulky. It's like, why would we want to remake the Black Knight? They should have just remade Omega. That could have been better. Sparkle Supreme, I guess a Rosalina version of Sparkle Specialist. Eternal Voyager, a god skin. Tilted Technique, a great skin. X-Lord, worse than Rust Lord, but still good. Yonder, I think he's good. Now we have the bundle skins. The Dark Jonesy skin, the Dark Lycans was pretty fire. The glow skin was good. Based off cosmetics and the P1000. The only thing I really hate about this is we didn't get to see the return of Lazy Links. Is it because of the collabs? The It collab didn't happen. Save the World was still a thing. And this season still didn't feel good. And I think that the worst part about this was, you know what replaced the event? That's right, the Welcome to Gotham City crossover. The Batman crossover. I'm not hateful with this skin, with the cosmetics in that Batman collab, but the event could have been better. Because why do we need to put Batman for no reason And so, that's a warning to be a money pop, a money magnet for yourself. Don't buy this skin. It's not a good skin. Okay, the Dark Knight's better, but if Pennywise was in the season, we could add, right? The Borderlands, nobody asked for it. With crossovers, nobody asked for. Bad weekly updates. The Brute was useless. I talked about the Brute and the worst weapons. But if you didn't see it, I'm gonna talk about it. There's no range in the driver's seat. You gotta switch sides if you want to get a range shot. Go to the gunner and range him. And you need to start driving, go to the driver. You have to go back and forth with this thing. Why couldn't the gunner just be using your guns and the driver just take care of all of it? Were they out of their minds? But the Major Lazer collab was pretty dope. Not really, but a good collab. Everything else didn't work. So, Season X, I think it was the worst season in Chapter 1. And the end of it. It wasn't the end. Let's just say this season deserves 2 middle fingers. Get it? Fuck Season X. And still, this game is still shit. Maybe because it is. But if I'm gonna roast this season, next time, Season X Chapter 2 will just be crossovers. No original things, just fucking crossovers! So, in our shit burp, Season 9 is number 9. I think you can know why. This whole season was just full of toxic players. World Cup was good. The Jordan event was good. The Stranger Things event was good. But why do I hate the season? They vaulted the pump shotgun, replaced it with the combat. The loophole was not very strong. And they vaulted a lot of things that were fun and useful. And the John Wick LTM, do we have to talk about it? Which bounty was the worst LTM? It's a fucking coin race. And most of the time, you gotta crack people down. And the coins were fucking annoying. I remember one time I was playing this to get the John Wick umbrella. I got all the things I needed to win the game. But it says, now wait until the countdown goes down or kill the last opponent. This is not normal. In games like this, in most games like this, when you do the objective, that's it, the game's over. Like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, when you're playing those type of things, you get the objective done, and that's fucking it. But in this game, you need to wait till the players are all dead in order to progress the win. What is this? How much private do you need in this game? How? Just fucking how? Summer event was fun. But it really wasn't before the annoying gliding things. I forgot. The tunnel thing. I forgot what they were called. Fort fights were not very fun. And the battle pass. Rocks. This gives me Overwatch vibes. Sentinel. You rip off the robot chicken. Singularity. I think the best mystery skin. Vendetta. He was pretty great as a tier 100. I know people don't like him, but I did like them. Bunker Jonesy. The worst one in this battle pass. Demi. Forgettable. Vega. Awful. Stratus. He was good. There could have really been a lot of good changes. The bottle, Storm was good. And let's just say this season had to be so boring. If there was just nothing fun about it. The Mega Mall, come on, dude. But I'm gonna put it at the number 9 spot because there's no fun things to do in Season 9. Besides getting normal kill games and getting fucked up by the toxic community! Okay, Season 5. I think we're going into some good Fortnite seasons. But I really didn't like Season 5. I think this was a bad season. I mean, but it was fun. It takes place in the summer, but the whole thing, at the same time, it's boring. Like, the wildcard LTM, like, the getaway LTM, that was fun. Like, you're doing a heist LTM. That was the only fun part. I like how they add lazy links and golf things, golf carts, and the Rip That Goes. But what really didn't... And the Battle Pass. It was really boring. Drift was amazing. Huntress was shit. Sledgehammer was decent. Sunstrider was good. Redline was not good. Rook was a plain skin. Ragnarok was fun. Enforcer was forgettable. The whole thing was really based off summertime and the Kevin the Cube fan base. Comp Senior was a good skin. Beef Boss was good. Dynamo. This is the season where they add the Dynamo skin. Oh, fuck no. But you could play golf. They added toys. They were fun. And that's really it. But for you guys, you did like that season. I'm going to give this one a pass. So, number 7, we got Season 8. This season was very fun. I mean, the Peely skin was very fun to use. And then we got the Battle Pass. Hybrid was great. Blackheart was not good. Ember was forgettable. Master Key could have been better without the ponytail, but the mask option was good. Signwiner, a horrible skin. And the Rune was a disappointing mystery skin. This whole season had the one joke, one meme that made this season a fucking fun time. And take a guess what it was that made this season fun to play in. And if you could all guess it, it's this one. Dun, 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 dun. The conga line emote. The conga line, the banana. This was a fun time for Fortnite. I think this was the best part about Season 8. The bowers and the loophole. This was a fun time. The treasure maps were fun. This whole theme for the season, I did like it. And you know what was the shade part about this season? It was removing lazy links and Lux, the worst tier 100 skin in the game. By far, if you can't see the Lux skin. Ah shit, battery running low. So, this season could have really been good if they didn't remove lazy links and had to put Lux at tier 100. I really didn't like how they did that. First of all, put back lazy links and don't make Lux a tier 100. And this season could have been very good to be in my top 3. Season 6, everyone. Number 6. I think this season looked pretty good. The graphics were good. The tier 100 skin Dyer, he was fire. Clammy was fired. DJ Yonder was fire. Giddy Up, terrible. Dust, decent. Nightshade, decent. AIM, good. And Fable was alright. Why was this season good? The loophole was fun. The game content was very fun, and Epic Games made their graphics look better than before. With the whole good theme to this whole thing. This was a fun time to play Fortnite during Halloween. For the darkness thing, the trailer, and the event, it did pretty well. For my opinions, I only played it one bit and didn't like it. But it looked like I wanted to go back to playing Fortnite because it looked better how they usually be doing. Using their creativity, we could have had good seasons like this one. I recommend Season 6 if this season ever comes back. I actually recommend this season, for all I know. It's fun, and the whole storyline works perfectly using every character. I recommend you play this season when Season Selector comes out, which I'll tell you at some point. And at number 5, we have Season 3, Chapter 1. Season 3. This is the first time I played Fortnite, and I really didn't like it. Due to the fans playing it, and people are so good or bad at the same time. It was boring, and I still didn't like the game back then. But why is that number 5? Well, it looked very memorable. For many people, the whole thing was very memorable. The battle pass, the whole astronauts were good. And the only problem we had was the Tier 100, the Reaper skin. And there was no good map changes. Besides, even Season 6 didn't have a lot of map changes. The only big new POI was the abandoned, was the whole castle, and that was it, and nothing. In Season 3, there was nothing new to the map. Besides Lucky Landing, that was the only biggest map change. The whole thing didn't really stick to its theme, but we did like the battle pass and the whole beloved ninja thing and how the crossover with ninja goes. But to me, it was really so overrated and annoying. So, if you want this season back, this is my fans' rankings. But season I played back then, I think was a lot better than the ones we play today. And number 4, we got the OG Season 2. Now, real quick, didn't play this one, so players back then were having all the fun they had. With some skins introduced, the Call Team Leader, and the Battle Pass, we had the Blue Squire. It was going to go well, but the things that shouldn't really belong in the Battle Pass were the Sparkle Special Skin and the Floss. They were like the only things I really didn't mind to be in the Battle Pass, but they really didn't deserve to. So, this one ranks to number 4 because it should be having a good Battle Pass, but the gameplay did feel good, so that's why it's number 4 on our list. Now, number 3, we got Season 1. I think you could all guess this, where players were not so toxic. And the game back then, people said was very fun. For the OG players, this is for you OG players out there. If you enjoyed everything good about it, I could really agree that number 2 would surprise you guys. But number 2 is Season 4, Chapter 1. This season was fun, but I really didn't like the game back then, so same thing with Season 3. But why was Season 4 good? The Battle Pass was correct. They added new POIs, map changes, fun game content. And for 2018 players, the game was so fun. No toxic communities, no sweat cry art we see now. It was a fun time to play Fortnite. The first live event, the first mystery skin, best tier 100 skin Omega. This was your favorite Fortnite season. If you were a Fortnite player, however. I believe that Season 4, Chapter 2, not Season 4, Chapter 2, OG Season 4, Chapter 1, was the last OG Fortnite season. It was fun, and the whole rock thing was very good, where we can enjoy the game, and still one of the greatest Fortnite players was still playing. It gets you good nostalgia. They added good guns. And this should be number 1. But my number 1 was in my own opinion. So, let's talk about number 1 right now. Fortnite Season 7. This was my all-time favorite Fortnite season of all of them. This was the first Fortnite season I actually got hooked on playing this game with. Everything was so good about it. Well, except for me not getting my first solo in second places and all that type of crap. But what makes this the number 1 spot? Number 1, the Battle Pass skins. The whole Battle Pass makes sense. The Ice King being my second favorite tier 100. Lynx being a good tier 1. Zenith being a good tier 1. Sergeant Winter being perfect for a battle bundle. Frog being a good meme skin. Powder being a good female skin. And 1D being the best max female skin of the Battle Pass. But the best one was always the tier 100. The Prisoner, he felt good. I'm not gonna lie. But his flame thing was gone, so I really enjoyed the planes back then. They didn't need fuel. They were just fun back in the day. The Infinity Blade back in the day. The emotes back in the day. This felt like winter time. In a fun way. For all those guys saying that, oh, Season 7 sucked. This was the best Fortnite gameplay I've ever seen. With good loopholes and good gameplay. This is where Fortnite was still not toxic. Maybe till like Season 7. Probably like late February. But hey. Everything else kind of felt like the old days we had of Fortnite. With good loopholes. The Ice King event, which I missed, and the Marshmallow event, here was the one pissed off thing. I was playing the Showtime LTM, and when I was playing it, somebody won and the event didn't happen. And it did happen somehow, but I wasn't playing it, so I was so pissed. And the Ice King event I was eating breakfast because it was that early in the morning. With the Snowstorm event, the Christmas event was fun. And everything else, it felt like the Fortnite season that should come back. Because everything was so good. And so Season 7 worked better. So in my opinion, the whole loophole felt right. And for all the Christmas and winter time, that's when I start playing the game longer. I officially joined Fortnite. So, you know, I have to have exchange. I first played Fortnite Season 3, but did officially start my career in Season 7. Which is why Season 7 was my first Battle Pass. Got my first Victory Royale umbrella in Season 7. There was fun times. The planes were fun. Loophole was fun, and all the vehicles were kind of fun. And the old map was still there. Lazy Links was still there. It was such a memorable Fortnite season, which why I say Fortnite Season 7 is the best season in Fortnite history. Da-da, burn the star. Ja, ding, ding. So guys, those were every Fortnite season I have played, and in my opinion, this game is still not getting better as we see nowadays. So, if you guys really enjoyed this list, make sure you give a thumbs up, and if you agree on me, it's all we can just say. Hey, if you did like any Fortnite season on this list, please sure you like, subscribe, and comment which one's your favorite and which one's your most hated. So, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, suckers.